time to cut the yardage for our quilt. This is my sashing fabric, and right now I have it comes folded in half, right, with selvages together. I fold my fabric into quarters for cutting yardage because it's a shorter distance to cut, so you're less likely to kind of slip and cut inaccurately. And I'm going to cut this fabric using my Stripology XL Ruler. And it's a good idea when you're cutting fabric to always cut the largest pieces first. So I'm going to cut my with the fabric strips now. I'm just going to cut. The Stripology ruler has a square every 2.5 inches. I'm going to cut every square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not enough, so let's get these out of the way. And these are going to be for strip piecing. We're going to leave these as with the fabric strips for strip piecing. Okay, now I'm going to make sure that this is folded nicely since this was hanging off the table. And always press your fabric before you cut it. So this has already been pressed. Okay, I'm lining up one of these horizontal lines with the fold of my fabric. So I'm going to square up the edge. So I cut 8 already. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And now I need to cut some 2.5 inch squares. Okay, so these are all of my width of fabric strips. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now let's cut strips so that we can subcut them into squares. I'm going to cut 3. So let's cut 3. I'm lining up the horizontal line up here with the fold of my fabric. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to set this aside. Now I'm going to open up these with the fabric strips, and I'm going to stack them all together. 6 technically is more than you're supposed to stack, but I have a sharp rotary blade, so I'm not worried about it. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these will be saved as scraps. All right, so that is all of my sashing fabric. Now I need to cut my background fabric, which has got a few more shapes involved. So I've already pressed this as well. Isn't this pretty? I like little floral prints like this. Okay. So I'm going to start cutting my biggest pieces first, which is going to be my width of fabric strips, and then I will work up the list. And I need 7 of them. I'm making the lap size. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and these will all be for strip piecing, so leave these as with the fabric strips. Okay, I'm going to cut one more, and then I'm going to cut the rest into 2.5 inch strips. here. Now I'm going to cut my larger pieces first. And I'm actually going to open these up since I need to be cutting, let's see. All right, I'm going to cut my 10.5-inch pieces. And I'm going to cut my 2 biggest sizes. I need 2 of each, so I'm just going to do 1 cut since I've got these stacked. I have 2 strips here. Okay. Now I need 8 of each of the rest of the pieces. Okay, and I had a little piece left over here. Oh, it's going to be exactly, I'm going to make sure it's big enough. Yeah, it's exactly 4.5 inches, so I'll save those. I need 2 more 6.5, and 6 more 4.5, and then some 2.5-inch pieces. All right. Okay, there's these, 2, 4, 6, 8. All right, so what I'll do is seven, I'll cut my 2.5-inch pieces from leftovers here. I'll have enough, but I'm gonna wait until I piece it to do that. So just a little troubleshooting. I knew I was short a little bit of fabric and I was hoping I could make it work, but I was short about 1.5 inches, 2 inches, and that's where I'm at. So that's all right, we'll figure it out.